Hey everybody, how y'all doing? No, the 383 ain't that far together, but it does have the rocker arm sitting on it and the push rods in it that are tentatively scheduled to be used with this. I did do push rod length check, and I actually need 7/700s, not 7/800s. I did find a set of those. We are going to put the Comp 305H cam in it. I just got done modifying the oil filter adapter. Took out the bypass and everything, then tapped it and Loctited a pipe plug in there, so that forces the oil through the filter. And we've been playing with some stuff here again. Let me get up and I'll show you. There you go. We're revisiting that. And here's one of those old cams I told you about. Got a little rusty in my enclosed trailer this winter, and right now they're in there. It's in there, and it almost looks like it just come out of a running motor. It's really doing good. That is the oil pan for my 377 that had a whole bunch of surface rust in it, and now is pretty, the metal stained from the rust, but yeah, it's pretty much clean. And I'm testing the rod. Here's the oil pan for the 383. It was a new one, but it had, and I see guys do it on YouTube. That was, you wiped it, it was rust. So we filled that with 2 gallons of evapo rust, which led to me putting this one over here and the here. We are probably going after 5-gallon buckets of this stuff, because I've got, if I can clean the stuff before I take it to the machine shop, it's going to be a lot of money saved and a lot friendlier. So yeah, we got the evapo rust. Oh, and we've been finding all sorts of things along the road here lately, and that big roll of cardboard is one of them. So far in the last couple weeks, we have found let me get you on the stand here. We found parts, piece off a semi, yeah, or RV. No. We found that. We found a 4-foot level, a hydraulic jack, which should get in so it quits getting rained on. Yeah, bottle jack, and it works. It works. Then we found the cardboard. Oh, I found one of those great big long tire testers. I found that before you got here. It's been riding around in the pickup, so we've been finding all sorts of things on the highway. Yeah, that's a brand new roll of cardboard, so that's shipping material.
Somebody bought a $200 roll.
Yeah, it's not quite that much, but I bet you it's at least 50, 70 bucks there.
That's a 50-foot roll.
Oh, I think it's a 100-foot.
100-foot roll.
I think
you're looking at over $100.
Well,
because
somebody lost it. It was sitting there and it was about ready to rain, so we stopped and picked it up because nobody else was.
Yeah.
So yeah, 305 builds are going on. We got something coming up to show you how to convert your old school motor to a crank trigger motor. That'll be coming up in the 305 builds, which kind of got me thinking about some stuff too. So yeah, we might have to take the dually and put a hot motor in that one. So yeah, so, and right now Buddy and I are home alone. Mama Bear and Squirrel took off and left us all alone. We haven't got, was going to go to the races last night, but it rained here. I talked to the twin boat motors. Parts are supposed to start arriving next week. Yay! I kind of stayed home because I didn't know how things were going to go. I got the Cadillac we got to get together. Oh yeah, I gotta go get some. I gotta go get some more of this stuff so I can do the intake ends. I go, don't fall. I gotta go get that. And I can do the top end of that Cadillac motor, get that ready to go back in, change the flywheel. Yeah, after getting the Cadillac motor out, the starter was trying to ride up over the teeth. The teeth are not crisp and like where they're supposed to be. So yeah, the flywheel was bad. So I stayed home thinking. Then it rained all day yesterday, and today it got a late start. Been feuding with my doctor again. It's not in my back, but it's in my back. It's more like my kidney area. Something hurts like holy bejeebus. If I move just right. So yeah, yesterday I'm like, I know it's not a kidney stone. I don't have any signs of kidney stones, but it hurts, and I put a call in the doc, and usually he says, well, why don't you come in, we'll look. And yesterday I got told, because my blood sugars are out of control. Yesterday I took 200 units of insulin. I took 100 in the morning, and I took another 100 around noon, because my numbers were 371, and I didn't eat. That should have just dropped. My numbers didn't drop until we go home last night, about 8 o'clock. I was finally down to 146. I started out the day in the 140s today. But yesterday and the day before, they were through the roof. I'm having pains. And she's like, well, this is what I got told by the nurse. So when I go see my doctor, I'm going to ask him if he really said this. He told me to take more insulin and lose weight. That's my problem. I'm going to remind him my weight gain was mostly medications that did it to me when they had me on the depression medicines. I hit 580 pounds taking those meds and was damn near completely immobile. I figured out it was the medication doing it. They wouldn't listen to me. I took myself off the medication and I dropped about 100 and some pounds. So don't tell me, about 100. And somebody seen me yesterday and they said, this is the best I've looked in a long time. Because they said, I look like I've lost weight. Well, my bibs are a lot looser. I mean, I almost could wear a sweatshirt underneath my bibs now. And a while back, it was just me and the bibs, nothing else. I almost didn't want the shirt on because it was too tight. So my clothes are getting looser. And the doctor hasn't seen me. I asked him, I said, is he using a crystal ball now? I'm like, really? Oh, so. Then she told me 2 weeks out. I'm like, 2 weeks out? Come on. Yeah, and they're the comment, but, well, there's always the ER. Well, with your Medicare, if it wasn't an emergency, they pay $0 on your ER visit. So, who really wants to go to the ER when you know you're really not in an ER's problem? Yeah. Oh, yeah, so, went the rounds with them yesterday. So, looking back, I could have went with the wife and the kid, but you know what? She needed some time alone. They're out taking squirrels. We're going to do 3 sessions of squirrels senior pictures. Doing the green pictures, fall pictures, then some winter pictures at Christmas. So I said next time I'll go. Unless I'm still buried in work. Which right now I guess I could have taken off, left Buddy here alone, and
No money.
hey, you would have had the cat and the TV. Well, you would have had, yeah. If you could got the cat to come in the house with you.
I would have figured out how to keep it.
But anyway, yeah, it's just, yeah. So that's good. We've been cleaning up, and right now I've got a fresh tank of water out on the trailer. I gotta go to the local junkyard and pick up one of those old plastic cage tanks, so I can take all the water, all the stuff that's in there except for the oil itself is environmentally friendly in my hot tank, I want to put it in there, set it under the old shop roof, and let it evaporate so the solids settle and whatever. And then get a new batch of water in the hot tank. But it may not happen because I got stuff I got to run through the hot tank, and it might have evaporated down on its own. So, anyway, regardless, if we have to add water, we add water. I guess. What the heck? So yeah, we got some more coming up. I got to sit down and figure out the rebuild on this one. I want to put on the crate. I want to put better pistons and better rods in it, because that seems to be the weak links on these crate motors, is the pistons and rods. Get him some better pistons and rods in there, and then we're ready to go. The 406, nah, we gotta get the dial bore gauge out. I got a lot of things going on, and we got, all I know is I found out Home Depot carries the evapo rust by 5-gallon buckets. A lot cheaper than you can buy 5 gallons at Harbor Freight. So yeah, I'm going to get me a bunch of evapo rust. I got a tote now. Maybe I'll use that to do the heads and cranks in, and maybe break down and buy a bigger one for the blocks so we can submerge them, clean them. Then we know we got them good and clean. So yeah, it's raining, it's muddy out there. So I don't know, we might take off, go to the races. I haven't made up my mind, which I got to make that up in about the next hour and a half if we're going to go. It's a 2-hour drive up to where they're at. I don't know. We got, or maybe we, I just don't know. I got too many ideas going on, and right now, if that one cam cleans up and it looks as good as it is cleaning up, I should have showed it before and after, because before you guys would have said, what are you doing with that cam? The after is almost looking like I just pulled it out of a running motor. It's amazing how rust works. It doesn't seem to actually eat into the metal. It seems to build on the surface. I'm finding out with this evapo rust. So if that cam over there cleans up and looks like it's the rest of it is after the rust come off, I got one lobe that's got a little bit more on it, and I can take my thumb and rub on it, and it's coming off, and it seems to be smooth. If it is, I want to say that was either 620 or 640. It was a huge lift hydraulic cam made by Crane. We'll look up the specs again. I know it's over 600 lift, and right now I don't have any springs for anything over 600 lift. So maybe, and for the poops and giggles, maybe we'll have to put, since that had rust on it, and put not such a good motor together and run it and see how that cam does. If that's the case, I got some more cams that were performance cams that got surface rust on them. I'm just about ready to dunk them all and clean them, then fluid fill them and put them in bags and put them back in the box. So, I mean, that one crankshaft that had, you couldn't even see the casting. It was bad. Dunked it in that, took it to the machine shop, they mic'd it. He polished it. It was good to go. After all that rust being on there, which really shocked me. I figured it'd be pitted all to hell, and it wasn't. So, yeah, I figured, well, I'm getting closer on the 377. I'm going to put the oil pan I had on it back in the day, which I figured out is an 8-quart oil pan. So, it worked good with it last time, so it worked good with it this time. And I know I'm going to kind of cuss myself for putting the racing pan on the 383, because I'll have to get a mini torque starter. As a stock starter, the only way you would put it in is you'd have to pull the header to get it in. And if I do stick that in one of my own cars, I'm not pulling the header to put the starter in. I'll get one of the small torque starters and zip, zip, done. So, I took some insulin, I ate, and the way I'm talking, I think my numbers are kind of feeling pretty good because I'm talking pretty fast, ain't I? Either that or the drink I drank. Yeah, I broke down. Had a pop. I told Buddy I need some energy. I was dragging bad. But, and drank the pop. That was 2 hours ago. And, yep. You should see his face is over there. Looks like he's got a gopher moving on his forehead.
You guys, all these years, he might go for it.
So yeah, that's where we're at. So waiting on parts for the 305s to get here. I was just, like I said, they're being sent next week, and oh yeah. Then the fun begins. A lot of pistons and rings and everything. Lots of hours coming up. Oh boy. And that stuff being inside the building should be easier to videotape for you guys. The stuff going on outside, it just, we get going, and want to get it done, and the next thing you know, we're done, and I'm like, oh, never picked up the camera, so sorry about that, but gotta get that stuff done to keep the money coming in, to keep getting the stuff, to finish this stuff, to keep going to, yeah, you know how it all goes. It takes the money to make the money. Sometimes you don't make any money, you lose money, so. And that's going to be the Cadillac. But, oh well! It's only money, right? Anyway, I guess I was just going to let you guys all know we're still here going, and yeah, the cam lifters, I didn't videotape putting that in yesterday. And you know, well, we found out I got 2 timing sets for a Vortex motor.
Yeah.
Trying to put the timing cut chain on the upper gear, and I'm like, why isn't that not fitting? That's a Chevy. Couldn't figure it out. I finally said, hey, get one of the bolt motor cams. And yep, right on that, no problem. So I got a single roller and a double roller for a Vortex motor with a roller cam. So I was like, huh. So the timing set I'm putting in the 383, if I leave it, is my old 377 set. It's still decently tight. It'll work. So sometimes you want to use all brand new stuff, but then you have to resort to breaking down the used stuff, and that's what used to happen around here a lot. Back in the day, a lot of used stuff went in the motors.
But it ran better than what the new.
They ran good. They
better
did.
than what the new.
Yeah, sometimes. It just depended. It depends on if the cousin went out on the highway and pulled the front end of the car up off the ground and cracked the crankshaft. Yeah. Brand new motor. Yeah. Next night the camshaft was brought to us. Oh, here's pieces of your camshaft, and all my cousin says, that was a brand new cam. Yeah, it was. Tore it down, and sure as not, cracked the crank between rods 5 and 6. Cracked it. They stopped oiling, and then they went, whoo! Yeah. Anyway, I guess I got to decide what we're doing tonight. See you later. Have fun.